going. We don't need roads.
Mr. Myers, this is such a huge honor for me. You're a hero of mine, so seriously, I appreciate you taking the time to chat with me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I'm going to jump into this. Obviously, the Pentaverate, known for having such an eclectic group of members throughout history. Of all the incredible characters you've played in your career outside of this series, which one would have the best chance at being a member?
Dr. Evil.
Well, boy, what does that look like? And even with the name Dr. Evil, they're still going to let him in?
Well, sometimes you need the wolf to catch the wolf, you see. The anteater to catch the anteater, etc.
I was wondering if you could take me back to the moment when you filmed the Pentaverate scene and So I Married an Axe Murderer. I'm just sort of curious, how much were the wheels spinning on set that day? And what do you remember about shooting that scene?
Well, I've been obsessed with conspiracy theories and secret societies my entire life. And I think it has to do with my mom was in the Royal Air Force during World War II. She had a top security clearance. In 1985, I was watching a documentary on the Battle of Britain, and it said, and now it can be told that the RAF was reading the German codes. And I said, is that true? And she said, yes, Michael, I can't believe that you're saying that out loud. I said, you've known my whole life? She goes, I signed a piece of paper, Michael. And I thought, that's why you're the greatest generation. You wouldn't even tell your kid who's obsessed with the Battle of Britain. And so this idea of secrets has been huge for me. I put it in So I Married an Axe Murderer because it's sort of, this idea of conspiracies has come throughout the, I don't know, since the beginning of the United States, less so in Canada, you know what I mean? And then it really came back in the last 4 years. And I thought, what if I were to bring back something from a long time ago as if it was real? And I just thought, well, what if there was a secret society, but what if they were actually nice? And what if I played all 5 members? And Netflix was like, okay, let's do it.
I'm so glad that they said yes.
Me too.
Shifting gears for a quick, I've got to say, it's hard to believe that this year is the 30th anniversary of Wayne's World. And just yesterday was the 25th anniversary of Austin Powers. And these are characters that mean a lot to a lot of us. I grew up with them. My definition of comedy was molded by them. I'm just sort of curious, how often do you think about those guys? How often do you wonder what Wayne and Austin, Dr. Evil are up to today?
I have a show business life and I have a very personal life. I grew up working class of 2 English parents who were from Liverpool, which is the working class of the working class. So I think about stuff when I'm working, but the last 10 years I've been a dad. I have 3 kids under the age of 10, you know, so I love making stuff, so that's not changed. So I've been doing stuff constantly. The longevity of stuff that I've done has been, I have to say, the most gratifying, mind-blowing thing, because grow up in Toronto, you don't think you're actually going to do this for a living, you know what I mean? Let alone that they're going to release the movie or that anybody's going to care about it all these years later. But just even this last Halloween, it was like seeing people dressed as my characters was so gratifying. It's very moving, actually. I don't even know, I can't believe it's happening, to be honest.
Every time, as someone who lives in Chicago, every time I drive through Aurora, I always think like that basement's out there somewhere. The basement, and they're still making that show. There's a great joke in this series that I'm not going to ruin, but it references one of your great classic films, which in my mind means that Mike Myers is somewhere out there in this world. So which character from the Pentaverate is probably the biggest Mike Myers fan?
Biggest Mike Myers fan? How interesting.
Which character do you think would watch your work the most?
I think Ken Scarborough would.
What is Ken's favorite Mike Myers film?
I think it would be Shrek. I think that Shrek's a nice fella.
Mr. Myers, seriously, I appreciate your time. Seriously, thank you for just being such a big
friend. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you guys.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.